this is a classic jazzy 6-2-5-1 progression in the key of E. We start on the 6th chord, minor 7, go to the 2, but instead of a minor chord, we make a dominant 7 to resolve nicely to the 5, and then from the 5, we go home to the 1. Then we start over. Check out the highest note, the 5th on the 4th fret of the high E string. We carry that note over, common tone, that becomes the 9th of the 2 chord, becomes the 13th of the 5 chord, and then again, back to the E. So now to the pre-chorus, we go to the 4 chord, major 7. The 3, we're going to make a dominant 7 instead of minor, but with a sharp 5, that's a common tone to the last chord and to the next chord there, which is the 6. And then again, we do our 2-5-1. And you don't have to add those extension notes if you don't want. Here, instead of sus, you could play dominant 7. That's just how I transcribed it from Stevie. And then we play this sweet pentatonic riff. Hey everybody, Gary here with Pow Music. I hope you enjoyed that playthrough of Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely chord progression. So we're about to get into the lesson segment, but it kind of picks up in the middle of nowhere because this is actually an excerpt of a larger lesson on 8 classic 7th chord progressions. So if you want to see that full compilation video, links in the description. And if you want to download the tab to go along with this song and all those songs, that's on my Patreon page, also linked in the description. All right, let's get into the lesson. So for this one, we're in the key of E, so we start on the 6th chord, C sharp minor. And again, I'm just trying to imitate the rhythm on the album. Something like that, so I'm doing like a finger pull, then a slap flick where I slap kind of in between the E and the A string and strum down with my middle finger. It might feel really awkward, but if you just practice it for like an hour a day for a few days, you'll have it. And then I'm going, so do da, and that's just, so like A string, D string, and then the G and the B. So, and then the slap flick again. Then we go to the 2 chord, but dominant 7, which is the 5 of the 5. And I heard the 9th kind of carry through. I heard this note carry through, so I'm just adding that to this regular dominant 7 chord. Then the 5 chord. But I believe it's a sus. I hear it as a sus too. So yeah, there we go. Very easy in the A7 sus 2 voicing. Up 2 frets. So just barring that first finger, adding the 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the D string, and then to an E. So, and you could strum this stuff, you know, you could totally just go. You know, then the pre-chorus to the chorus, 4 chord, 3 chord, but making it a dominant because it's the 5 of the 6, but dominant sharp 5, and again voice leading because we're carrying this note over. So we've got then see that? So then right there to the 6th chord, then back to this one, or maybe just either or, then back to the sus, and we just stay on that. And then that, after we hit the E, we're just running up the E major pentatonic scale, starting on the 5th. So, and hit that last note twice. So you could do that anywhere. So the way I played it in the lead was here, you know, in the main pentatonic shape. And that's really it. So putting it all together in a more simple way with strums. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a regular B7. You could play a regular B7 too. Now I'll play the sus2. You know, you could pick all those. Or just hammer. All right, so next is Crazy by Gnarls Barkley. Now, the reason why I made this video was to go along with Unit 10 in my Fret Live Fretboard Mastery program, which is on 7th chords. It's a 12-unit course that shows you how music works on the fretboard. We start with the very foundations of music theory, the chromatic scale, the 12 notes we have, thinking of those notes as intervals, using those intervals to create scales and chords, and each step of the way, there's a creative challenge and a song learning assignment, so with each unit, you could apply what you learn to actually create music and see how it works. Now, even though most of the content is pre-recorded Fret Live videos, there's quizzes, there's PDFs, and there's weekly live sessions and a private group where you share your assignments with 40 other classmates that are all getting access to the same unit 1 week at a time over 16 weeks. It's 12 units, but there's 3 break weeks just so everyone could kind of catch up, reflect on what they learned before going back at it. So at the time I'm posting this, the next one starts in a couple days on May 17th. If you can't make the live sessions, that's all right. I pre-record them, so you can still take advantage of all aspects of the course, even if the live sessions don't work out with your schedule. But I host one on a weekday evening and one on a weekend morning, just to accommodate different time zones, and you could choose which one works for you. I put a video together with some testimonials and a full kind of tour of everything that's inside the course, and I'll link that in the description as well. All right, everybody, happy playing, and I'll see you in the next lesson. Before I go, I just want to extend a big thank you to all of the POW Music patrons, and a special thank you to the following higher level patrons at patreon.com/POWmusic. Thank you to Alexander Pitterman, Andrew Vogel, Arwin Gu Zen, Cam Chernachan, Chris Watson, Chris Freeman, Daniel Small, Derek Mickle, Don Stringham, Donald James Grass, Joff Weathermax, Jim McCall, John Hartquist, John Cushman, Joseph McCarthy, Jurgen Schwartz, Newt Olive Wald, Noah Brand, Rich Mason, Ryan Helston, Sean Ellis, and Trampus Thompson. Thank you so much for making these lessons possible. I'll see you guys in the next lesson.